Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sky. I am the founder and CEO of Create Your Own Reality Media, where I encourage, empower, and inspire others to create a life they love through branding, photography, and podcasts as well. So thank you guys so much for being here today. It really does mean a lot. So as I mentioned in a previous video, a big part of, all of that, my mission, my goal is definitely self-growth. And for me personally, a big part of self-growth comes with reading. So I mentioned this book a couple videos ago as well when I actually first started it, but Badass Your Brand by Silva has definitely been one of my favorite books that I've read recently, especially in terms of business books. So today I'm just going to share 5 of my biggest takeaways with you guys, just elaborate on them a little bit so you can get a little bit of a better understanding of them. But I definitely recommend reading this entire book because there's so many gems in there and it was so hard for me to choose just 5 things to share with you guys. But I'm going to get started. So that first one that I really took away from this book, it was really early on in the beginning that it was mentioned, and I think it's such a solid foundation, but you'll never achieve success if you don't know what it means to you. And when I first read that, it really just kind of took me by surprise a little bit. I was like, wow, of course, as I mentioned before as well, like all of us want to achieve success, right? We want to have that moment where we say to ourselves, like, oh, I'm successful, or oh, I reached, that pinnacle of success. But at the same time, if we don't know exactly what that marker is for us, how are we ever going to be able to say that we're successful or that we reached that success? So, the first key element before even starting your business, before anything, is really defining what that success means for you. And I just thought that was really, really important. So, that second one is going to be when you focus on selling only the thing you love to do, the thing that also makes you the most money, your entire business will become more profitable. Now, for some of you, this might sound like a little bit of a no-brainer, just depending on what you do in your business. I know for myself, I really chose to do things that light me up, that I'm passionate about, that excite me, and hopefully excite other people as well. So I know that this one is definitely a little bit of a no-brainer for me. But I know some people just kind of get into a business hoping that it's going to make them a lot of money, hoping that, it's going to be really profitable for them without really thinking about if it's something that they're passionate about. Some people just start a business to bring in that money and they don't really care too much about, again, if it's something they're really interested in. So I think that's something that's really important to take into account as well. If it's something that you're not super passionate about, but it might be bringing you in a lot of money, how much are you really going to enjoy working on that business? Just because it's bringing you in money, that part might be super happy. You might be able to buy the things that you want or have the experiences that you want. But at the same time, those other hours that you're spending throughout the week, probably aren't making you too happy, especially if it's something that you're not really passionate about working on. So I would say definitely be a little bit cautious about that when you're starting out. Make sure that the business that you're starting is something that you're interested in. Even if, of course, it winds up expanding and growing and changing a little bit, that's going to happen naturally, right? But make the core of it something that's really important to you, because that's going to be really helpful as that time goes on in your business as well. Now, the third part, or the third takeaway that I'm going to share with you guys, is your brand personality must somehow be contrary in contrast to the prevailing personality in the industry. Now, I know that's a little bit of a tongue twister, it's a little bit of a mouthful, but I think, this one was really interesting to me, but it's something that I can relate to a lot. So, of course, every business or every industry is going to have the main things that every business in that industry kind of follows, right? Whether it's standards, whether it's a certain software, whether it's a certain way that things are done, there's usually going to be a defining thing that each business has within that industry. So really what this one means is you want to either have like a contrasting opinion, or you want to have something you do that is extremely opposite and totally different from everybody else in that industry to really set you apart, right? Because at the end of the day, your clients are going to choose you for you, right? Sometimes, maybe you charge almost double the price of some of those other people in the industry. But if you're providing more value, if they are able to know, like, and trust you a lot more just because of that value and because of the different things you bring to the table, it's going to be a lot easier for them to choose you regardless of that price difference. So just really be mindful and really be unique to you, be authentic to you, and have your business stand out a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if, again, it's something that is authentic to you. It's really going to shine through in all of the aspects of your business as well to create something that, again, is just unique to you, even if it is totally different from what other people are doing in your industry. That's really important to set you apart. Now, the fourth takeaway that I want to share with you guys is there's value in saying no so you can narrow your focus and expertise. So as someone that is still relatively new in the business world, still relatively new in kind of the things that I want to be doing, this one was definitely a little bit difficult for me to kind of wrap my head around, but it does make a lot of sense, right? So you want to find your ideal clients. If some of you guys maybe have been in business for a little bit, I'm sure you have, maybe worked with a couple ideal clients, have that ideal client in your head of, who exactly it is, who exactly you want to work with, which is amazing. I'm so proud of you. But some of us that, again, are just getting started, that don't have too much experience yet, maybe haven't worked with that ideal client just yet. So it's a little tricky, especially in the beginning, also when you're not really bringing in too much money, to say no to people. But at the same time, I think it's especially important when you're also trying to curate your style, you're trying to curate the type of businesses you work with or people that you work with. It's really going to help define that for you, even in the beginning as well. So, say, for example, somebody really only wants to work with like Fortune 500 companies, C-suite level executives, super, super big businesses, and a small business reaches out to them, almost asks them for a favor if they can help do something for them. Even though it would be super easy to say yes, because maybe that's only the first handful of clients that person has, got an inquiry from, it is kind of important for them to say no, you know, even to outline their ideal client to that person in case maybe they know anybody in their network that is one of those types of people, right? So that way you will start to get referrals off of your other inquiries as well. So just be really specific with the people that you want to work with, and also make that really apparent to the people that you say no to as well. That way they can help get you to those ideal clients that you're looking for. And lastly, the fifth takeaway that I'm going to share with you guys is you will never build something truly special and unique if you're not willing to be uncomfortable. Now, I know this is definitely not what a lot of people want to hear, but at the end of the day, it's really, really true. I know for myself, as a self-taught designer, self-taught branding, illustrator, logo designer, I definitely, again, mentioned this in the past, like struggle a lot with imposter syndrome, and I think these two kind of go hand in hand. But for me, I think just building my skills, building my style, building my business off of the unique things that I've learned, as well as, of course, just putting my authenticity and experience from what I do know together just really helps create something that is super unique to me. And that goes back to that third one as well, is you really want to make sure that you are standing out in your market. While, of course, it's important to, of course, have the skills that you're trying to sell, have the, experience that you're looking to offer to people, you also need to bring that certain element of you. That's what's really going to help people know, like, and trust you. So no matter what level or stage of your business that you are at currently, whether you're just starting, maybe it's you've been in it for a couple years, you've been in it for 5, 10, 15 years, should never stop bringing that authenticity to your business. Because no matter what, that's going to help you stand out above everybody else. So I think that one is really important, especially if you're trying to build something, again, that's really special and unique. It's going to be uncomfortable at first, especially if you're somebody that is not used to putting yourself out there. In this world that we live in right now, especially now that everything is starting to move a little bit towards, or a little bit more rather, towards AI, you really need to figure out what it is that makes you stand out. So really just dive into that uncomfortableness and figure out what it is that helps you stand out from the rest of the people in your industry. Also, just the rest of the people that are at your same level, so you can level up and also be that person that your ideal clients come to before anybody else. So I really hope that those things were helpful. Again, this book just had so many gems, and it was really hard for me to just choose 5 things to share with you guys. So I highly, highly, highly recommend checking out this book. I will leave a link to it down below. This is definitely not sponsored in any way, even though that would be absolutely amazing. But yes, definitely go ahead and check out this book. If you did like this video, go ahead and like that down below. And also, if you do want to, see more content, I have some really, really exciting ideas for the next couple videos lined up. So definitely go ahead and subscribe if you like this content. Leave a comment down below with what your favorite takeaway was also. So until next time, stay motivated, be inspired, and don't forget to encourage others. Till next time.